Hi guys, so Dintyo here for my second part of my 400L normal ring game series. Again, there's not enough games running. I'm waiting for action on every other table. So as soon as I do get some games going, then I will slot them in. But for now, we'll just do what we did in the previous video and have 1 Zoom and 2 normal ring games. I actually did record some awesome footage directly after my last bit half part here, but just after my last video in the part 1. So if you haven't watched that, go watch that. But there's no dynamics or anything, so you know, so it's not a huge deal if you don't watch it. But yeah, I did record as part 2, but unfortunately I got a resource allocation error, even though I had enough disk space, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. I'm gonna bet again on table 2 for value. I think we can still get called by some Queen X hands with a heart, as well as even some pair plus hearts, just because that's a really good bluff card for me. So he might assume that and call lighter. And on the river, I think it's a bit too thin to value bet. And he has Jack 10, so. Okay, I managed to get another table, so play there. And again, if you didn't watch part 1, I'm basically just playing any games I can get in, just because, yeah, the only time that I have to record videos is outside of my grind time. And it just so happens that the games are completely, utterly dead any other time besides 4 a.m. till about 10 a.m. my time. Actually about 12 p.m. my time. Well, it's 11:30 now, and there's only like 8 mid-stakes games running in total. So yeah, that should give you an idea. So, but anyway, I still think as long as I've got 4 games going, the rule I made in the other video is as long as I had 2 games and a Zoom going, I wouldn't stop the footage. If it ever gets less than 2 normal ring games and 1 500L Zoom, then I'll record again. But yeah, so anyway, let's get into the action. I think this is one of the hands that I like to have in my 3-betting range, 3-bet folding range. Yeah, I think it's just a good hand with blockers to 3-bet, and we'll get some calls as well. He's not always just going to 4-bet. Table 3, I'm just going to fold kind of indie. I feel like we could do something there, but and then just fold the king queen when he 4-bets. If I think he's 4-betting too wide, I used to min 5-bet, but I think I'm changing that now. I think the better players, if you think someone's 4-betting a bit too wide, I think the better players to 4-bet jam pocket pairs, just because, yeah, I mean, just when I did some CardRunners EV calculations, that's what I came up with. I thought that was just a better line. So instead of 3-bet folding hands, just you can 3-bet fold some hands like king queen, but then 3-bet 2s through to 5s, which I normally fold, and rejam if he 4-bets. So table 2, we're just checking it down, trying to get to showdown and bluff catching the river if he bets. So yeah, I mentioned I am doing some coaching again. So my rate's $150 an hour. If you contact me on Skype, you can find out more about that. My Skype is DintXOXO. I think my rates are extremely reasonable for anyone looking to move up to mid-stakes. So I'm basically targeting 100L, 200L players at the moment. I don't feel comfortable coaching anyone for 400L at the moment, just because that's like the highest limit that I'm playing at this point. So yeah. Table 3, we can bet for value again. This isn't a card that I'm perceived to bluff on that much, but yeah, I don't really know too much about Herolicio T. I think he's probably a weaker reg just because I don't know him. I haven't really seen him do anything bad, but yeah. Ace 10 I could 3-bet, but I just decided to flat. Keep some stronger hands in my big blind flatting range. Going to 3-bet with Ace Queen. Herolic tank folds, so it makes me think that possibly I should. Possibly he folded something, assuming that I don't bluff on that card. So in future, I'd be more likely to bluff him on cards that are perceived to be bad bluff cards. Table 1, I think it's pretty standard c-bet.